Alright, how we doing, guys? Actually, I think I know how you're doing. You're feeling like Mr. Grumpy down there because you spend a couple of days like I have trying to figure out this Unity 3D axis problem when you're transporting stuff in from Lightwave with that FBX exporter. The reason I'm doing this is because nobody ever really stepped through this issue, posted a workaround or a fix or a reason why it's even happening in the first place. So I'm taking a little time here. I'm hoping some people that are new to Unity like myself will benefit from this. What I'm going to do is step through my workflow, show you how it doesn't work. I'm going to show you Unity's fix on their webpage. Doesn't work, not for Lightwave at least. And then I'm going to show you some stuff that I tried, some stuff that was suggested on the forums that I read, and how those don't work either. Okay, and we'll eventually get to the final fix at the end. So, that said, let's get this party started. Let's move on over to Lightwave Modeler and show you how my workflow goes and how it doesn't work. Alright, so here we are in Lightwave Modeler. I've got my little character there. He's got a stupid smile on his face. The geometry is terrible. The model is terrible. I know that. I don't really care right now. This is just for research and development. Why does he have a big red arrow? When I have him far in the background, I can see exactly where that z-axis is, since that's our main problem. Alright, so that's our little guy. Let's go ahead and jump on over to Lightwave Layout. Alright, so here we are in Lightwave Layout. As you can see, I've already added my little enemy character. So I've got him in there. He's placed on the X plane, as I love, that XZ plane. Gotta love animating on that plane because it feels like he's on the ground. I've added all his bones in there. I've actually already done a bunch of animations, okay, so I'm not going to worry about plugging through that. I've also exported all the FBX files as well, just to save us some time. So that's what we've got right now. Let's go ahead and take this party on over to Unity3D. Alright, so here we are in Unity3D. Now as you can see, I'm using the FPS tutorial. Basically just cut down the mesh and just got rid of everything I didn't need. There's our first person player that we're going to need to see what's going on. Let's go ahead and add in my enemy. As you can see on the left, enemy 01. I've gone ahead and brought him all in. Let's go ahead and drop him into scene. See what's going on. Okay, there he is. He's in the ground plane. Here we go. Okay, so he's looking pretty good. He's feeling pretty good. He's on the, he's got his Z and his X and stuff. He's a little bit mixed up. It's okay. But he's standing up. He's standing up straight. He's looking pretty good. So I'm not really worrying about that. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to Component, go to Physics, add that character controller, add that. Don't really care that we're breaking that. We're going to make it a prefab later anyways. There we go. And hey, what's going on? It's not really centering enough up on him too well, but okay, who cares? It's still working, right? So let's go to that character controller, open that up. I already know that that needs to be up on the 1. There we go. It's going to center it up pretty nice. If I look in here, I'm going to see that I've got the camera. We can delete that out. Light, delete that out. Don't really need them. So I've got my enemy. The way I want this guy to act is just like the robot from the FPS shooter for the game that I'm building. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use the same scripts, okay, as he uses, the AI. I'm going to put that on there. The AI animation, I'm going to put that on there. Character damage, I'll throw that on there anyways too. One thing that I want to note here, guys, if you're new to Unity, if you go ahead and bring in just say a walk cycle, it's not going to work right because these scripts over here on the right are going to be calling for both, the robot idle, run, shoot, and walk. If you try to run that with only one of those, it's not going to work. So just so you know, if a script is asking for something, you need to give it to it. All right? These scripts were kind of put together for that robot. Alright, so let's take a look. I've gone ahead, I've added that stuff on there. I'm feeling pretty good. I want to go ahead and test this out. Let's go and get him a little bit back here so I can see what's going on. Of course, this is going to be from the viewpoint of the first person player over here. Okay, let's go ahead and hit play. Let's see what happens. Alright, that's not good. Look at him, he fell over on his side. His axes are all screwed up. And I'm going crazy right about now because I've spent a lot of time modeling and animating and going through these tutorials and learning, Unity. Alright, so what can we get from this that's actually good? Okay, one thing that we can get that's good is that the AI animation is working. Unfortunately, the Z is the top of his head pointing at us. You can see that it's working. He's following me. He's going around. He doesn't like me. He's trying to attack me. Okay, let's go and stop that. Hit escape. Alright, so let's take a look at what's going on here. Let's try looking at this in a different way, okay? We saw it in the gameplay. I want to show you something is in the Devon 2 up. Okay, let's look at it here. You can see where my game is down below here. Let's take a look up top, because this is going to play and it's going to show me what's going on at the same time. Let's hit play real quick. Alright, look at that. Interesting. The game character controller stays up, but he's still falling over on his side. If I run around a little bit here, try and get him in the right direction. There we go. You see my first person player? Okay, he's coming at us though. That's good. He's following us. So at least we've won that little victory there. Okay, we've got some small bit of victory. We figured something out. The AI works. Okay. Let's get out of that. Hit escape. Get out of that. Okay. This is about the time when you start looking at your model and start trying to dissect what's going on here in the scene, right? Let's go back to my other one. Okay. Now, what's going on here? First thing that I noted is look over here. We've got our enemy, right? But we've got a rotation of 270 and another rotation of 270 on the X and Y. Why is it doing that? I didn't do it. I know you didn't do it. Somehow that FBX exporter put us on the X and the Y at 0. Okay, go ahead and doing that, and maybe that'll fix it. But if you bring in that robot, let's bring him in real quick, you'll notice, hey look, his Y is up. Look at his rotations. His are good. What's going on there? Okay, so at this point, you're going, okay, something's going on. What's a fix? Let's take a look at Unity. Let's see what they have to say. Well, you know what they're going to say. You're going to go to that Unity webpage that tells you fixing axis problems. It's going to tell you to parent it to a game object, twist that game object around, and that's not going to work either. I'll show you what I did. Here it is right here. Same thing as you're seeing. Okay, let's get rid of Mr. Robot there. Clear up the scene. Okay, there's my original one. Game object attached. Once again, same thing there. Now, I've taken the rotation off. It's going to put that back on there. You're going to see it looks pretty good, but if you play this, it's going to play this thing again. Look at that. Look at that. Now they're both still doing the same thing. Both the guys, the original one and that guy with the game object fixed from Unity3D. Okay, get out of that. So the next thing you're going to do is go onto the forums. You're going to dig around there and you're going to find a bunch of stuff, and you're going to try different things. So let's go on back to Lightwave, because what I would do is go back to Lightwave and try to fix that. Obviously, we've got a rotational axis problem not only on the Y and Z, but also on the X. So let's go to Lightwave. Let's try and fix it there. So here we are in Lightwave. We backed out one step to Lightwave layout because we think that we can fix the rotational axis problems here. Okay, and then just re-export it all out to Unity3D again. Okay, so what you may initially try is go ahead and go to enemy right here in the scene editor. You're going to grab him. You're going to put him on as -90. You're going to put him on -90 again. That's going to be on the -90 X and Y. Look at that. He's pointing kind of in the same direction as he was when he was coming after me, you know, as an enemy in the Unity game engine, right? Seems like that would work. Guess what? It's not going to work. It's going to screw things up even more, so don't try that. Let's take that off. Okay, so here he is back to normal. Some people say root bone. Go ahead and rotate that root bone. Do the same thing. Still going to do the same thing. It's going to screw things all up again. Okay, the null. It's our old friend the null. Let's go ahead and make a rotational difference on that. Let's go ahead and parent him to the null, kind of like you did with that game object. Let's go ahead and parent him onto that guy. And make that difference on the null. Let's go -90 there. -90 again. Okay, he's looking good again. You think maybe that'll work. You transfer him in again. You export all those FBX files, the run, the jump, the shoot. None of them are working again. That's exactly what I did. I spent a lot of time re-exporting stuff a lot of different ways, and none of them were working. Okay, so why are they not working? So at this point, I'm getting pretty desperate. I'm thinking, what did they do with that robot model? Interesting. Let's go to him. Let's see what that guy's got going on. So let's try that. What I did is I took him, imported him in here into layout. Everything looked good there. He was standing up on the Y, all that kind of good stuff. He looked great. He was on the X-plane. Brought him into Lightwave Modeler, and I saw something different there. So let's try that. Let's go back to Modeler with that robot.